In his new action thriller, The Greg, Liam Neeson struggles to survive after a fiery plane crash leaves him stranded with a group of men in the Alaska wilderness.
What are you doing? I said we need a fire. It's about 10 below and dropping. So we don't die. We build up a fire, then we find food, then at daybreak, we figure out what way is south, and we start walking. Nobody's going to find us. Not here. Unless you want to freeze to death, because that's the one thing that will come for you.
And it's a pleasure to welcome Liam Neeson to Studio 57. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much.
How are you?
I'm good, Charlie.
So what's the secret to being an action star?
I don't know if that, I mean, it's crazy. I'm 60 this year, you know?
60. How old do you feel, Liam? Because you look fantastic. How old do you feel?
At the moment, after all this press, I feel about 65. To be honest.
Before the press, how did you feel?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah, you look really good.
As long as my knees hold up, I'll keep doing this stuff, you know?
This is, it's billed as an action movie, but I have to say, in watching it, to me, it was really an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
And it's physically and emotionally grueling as a character. What drew you to it? What made you want to, you know, be outside in negative 30-degree weather to shoot this?
It was just something very primal and pure about it that, I mean, there's so many movies nowadays that the plot is driven by someone at a keyboard or on a cell phone or something, and this was just man versus man, man versus his inner self, man versus nature, and it was cleansing, you know? And it was torturous.
Death.
Man defying death, and the big questions of life and death too come up in it.
No, even the line on the movie, it says, "Live or die on this day."
Yeah.
And I tell you, the whole time I was watching it, Liam, number one, I got up and turned up the heat when I was watching. Oh, I'm not
It
kidding.
looked cold?
Charlie, as you know, it's freezing. By the time the movie was over, I was totally cranked up. But I was so fascinated by the journey that your character took and the journey that everybody had to take during the movie.
Yeah.
Because it really is a great movie, I think, in storytelling. And I read that during the filming or before the filming that you all shared personal experiences with each other. And I'm wondering, was that painful or was that helpful to you, or was it both?
It was very cathartic, actually, for all of us. I mean, we're portraying men who have trouble digging into their own feelings, let alone sharing them with each other, you know? And, but we rehearsed for like 3 or 4 days in Vancouver before going out into the wilderness, and we just all laid our cards on the table and said, look, let's just leave our ego in the hotel in the mornings and just be there to support each other and dig deep into this, you know? And we did. Yeah. And we became very, very close.
Are you in a good place now in terms of how the acting is going and how you feel about things?
I think so, Charlie. Yeah, they're still employing me, you know? Still paying the bills.
It seems to keep coming back and back and back. There's another Taken coming in?
But just making it at the moment, yeah. I just came back from Istanbul, and I'm heading over to Paris tonight.
Yeah. Oh, what a tough life.
I know.
Istanbul, Paris, slide by Ireland, perhaps.
Yes.
Yeah, might slip by there.
New York.
Kind of like Charlie Rose's travel schedule.
I saw a great picture, Liam, recently in the paper. It was you and your sons. The picture of you guys was so great because you were all smiling, you were all enjoying the game.
Sure.
And I'm thinking, when it comes to your sons, they must have acting in their DNA. Is it something that you would encourage them to do?
No.
No, you would
I'm
not.
Why
I'm
not?
Because, you know, for any success I've had, there's 75% of actors out of work all the time and being rejected all the time. And you're not rejected because your education wasn't good enough. You're rejected because of this.
Yeah.
Do you think that talent outs, or does luck and timing out?
I think talent and timing.
Being in the right place at the right time with the right stuff.
And creating your own luck, too, you know?
That's interesting what you said about rejection, because it's hard not to take it personally if you're thinking, I know I'm good, I know I can do this part, but yet for whatever reason, you don't get whatever the role is. And it really doesn't necessarily have to be a reflection on your own talents or your own skills.
Sure,
but you have to acknowledge that on an intellectual level, and I would think that would be hard.
Yeah, and especially if you're lucky enough to get maybe 3 auditions a week, and you've been rejected for the first 2, and you're going in for a third for a different part. You still have to get your mojo up, you know?
Can you imagine doing anything else in your life?
I think I would crawl up and die, is the honest answer to that.
If you couldn't answer, if you couldn't act,
you
you'd
could-
crawl
If I
up and
couldn't,
die.
yeah.
Any more Irish heroes you want to tackle? Of poets?
I wouldn't mind playing Oscar Wilde again. Played him on stage a few years ago. I'd like to do that.
Thank you very much. It's
Thank
great
you,
to see
Charlie.
you again.
Thanks, ladies.